Meeting called to order. Councilmember Chapman. Here. Councilmember Clayton. Here. Councilmember Kendall.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Say here.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Here.
Please stand for a silent prayer, a moment of reflection. We will now salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As to comply with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the following manner. The annual notice was forwarded to the Asbury Park Press, the Coaster, and the Star Ledger on January 7th, 2022, and posted on the bulletin board the same date. All notices are on file with the city clerk. We are now on to special events applications.
There's just one application for consideration this evening, and that's the Great Sleep Out, which would be held on December 8th, and it would be on the boardwalk is the request. I ask that the council approve this contingent on the special events committee approving it as well.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
The sleep out.
The Great Sleep Out,
Okay.
on the boardwalk, yeah,
Good, thank you.
okay.
Thank you. We're now on to matters from City Council. Councilmember Chapman.
Hello, everyone. So I just want to mention some opportunities for holiday meals, for Thanksgiving meals in the city. So tonight at Trinity Church until 8 o'clock, there's Thanksgiving meals. Also, Thursday, November 24th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Langosta Lounge. Thursday, November 24th, Thanksgiving meal at St. Paul's UMC in Ocean Grove. And then Saturday, November 26th, Thanksgiving meal at Trinity Episcopal Church from 11:30 till 1:30. And I just wanted to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Councilmember Clayton.
I don't have anything at this time except happy Thanksgiving to you and your families, and be safe.
Thank you. Councilmember Kendall.
Just, I would like to just wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Quinn. Mayor Moore.
Happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully see everybody at the December 2nd Christmas tree lighting at Fireman's Park. Thank you.
Thank you. Matters from the city attorney.
Nothing at this time.
Thanks, Fred. We're now on to public participation. May I have a motion to open the meeting to the public?
Move it.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Public participation is now open. Any member of the public who wishes to speak, please use the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and there will be a 3-minute time limit for each speaker.
Hi, Rita Morano, 8th Avenue. I was just wondering how long it takes to get something resolved in this city. I had a problem, it's 3 years old, and it's with the zoning officer. Now, the new zoning officer said that she had to take it up with the Shade Tree Commission. I thought the Shade Tree Commission was a volunteer. I didn't think they had any authority over the zoning officer. I'd like somebody to explain that to me about the zoning officer. And then I requested an Oprah, and I got everything but one piece of paper. And on the paper I got, it said, "See attached." And when I looked for the attached, it wasn't there. I've been waiting a month for that. I don't know what takes so long. So maybe you can explain it to me. Those are my two questions. The first one is about, does the shade tree have authority? I didn't think they were paid workers. I know they do good work, but I didn't think the zoning officer had to go to the Shade Tree Commission. So, and then the other thing was about my Oprah request. It's really a violation when you don't give out the information in 7 days, but I'm not going to pursue that. But the girl that does it went on vacation today, and she's not coming back till Monday. There's nobody to do the work. You really have to handle how management is taking place in here. It's not really running right. I hate to say that, but it's not. You can't get anything done, and there's people like me that are nosy, that like to get information, and you can't get it. It's just impossible. And that's all I have to say. I
Okay,
hate to
well-
say it just before Thanksgiving, but, you know, there used to be a rule that nobody could take off a day before, a day after the holiday, but I guess that's out the window. People take a week now. She has today, tomorrow, Thursday, and you're not open Friday. I mean, she really has a nice vacation. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but it's not being run right. The whole city is not being run right. Every department has got a problem. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you, Rita. The
And I want to
first,
congratulate you too.
okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
The first question, I don't have an answer for, and City Manager, Ms. Vero, is not with us tonight because she's sick. I would ask her to look into it, but Fred, can you look into that?
Absolutely. I mean, you're correct that the Shade Tree Commission they're a volunteer advisory board. I think I'd need to have some more information about the specifics of the question and the matter that's with the zoning officer and the interplay with the Shade Tree Commission. So let's take a look a little further at this, and we can get back to you with some more information.
Well, you could start with, there was a letter from Barbara Van Wagner. You can ask for that. And that will tell you everything.
Okay, and then as far as the Oprah request,
What is the request? Yeah. What is the request? What was the request?
It's about a month now. It's about 3 weeks since I got it, and it was a lot of paperwork that I had to review. And then one paper said, see attached. So I called up the.
What was your request for?
I put it in, I called up, what's his name, George, the construction official, and he said he would send it over to me. So it's been that long now, 2 weeks. He put
Don't
the
all
girl
of them go
in
through
charge,
you
I don't know
first?
who she is, I
They do.
spoke to a
I'm
girl
trying to ask
named
her what is the
Teresa,
request.
but she was the one.
Rita, Lisa can help you if you tell her what the request was for.
I can't hear. What was the request for? Oh, the request was for the rest of the letter.
no,
It said see attached.
what was the original Oprah request for?
No, I can't hear you right now.
Okay,
Give me that. The original request was for 1,200, what do you call it, Springwood Avenue. I got everything I wanted, but that paper said, see attached. So I wanted to see attached, and it wasn't there.
So Lisa will follow up with you after the meeting, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
thank you.
And what about, oh, you're going to take care of the other thing?
Yep.
Fred?
Yep.
All right. It's only 3 years.
So if we don't get to it till Monday, it'll be okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Carrie Martin, Second Avenue. I want to continue the discussion from when I was here in October talking about participatory budget. I'm diving deep on the whole process. If you remember, I was upset with the committee selection, that I feel like there was very diverse, 40 applicants, and the committee isn't very, very diverse. I also talked about the submission process. The submission process for ideas was June 23rd to July 31st. I think it was only via social media. I may be wrong on that. But also missing a big opportunity to have this a learning process in the schools. I also talked about meetings, that if the committee is actually meeting and it's a public body, isn't it subject to the Open Public Meetings Act? But the answer I'd gotten was that that you're not meeting, that individuals are just looking at applications at home, which since July 31st, there's been no public engagement with it. I feel like, and what I've learned from around town is that committee members are like calling up on the phone or emailing people that gave idea submissions, but there's no chance for anybody else to see this process. And I'm not making this up. I mean, this is how city and towns do participatory budget, that it's not just that the committee members have a stronghold on these documents and then they're deciding. There should be much more community engagement, and then there's been none of it. Since the day after I spoke at the October 26th meeting, the language on the participatory budget committee page changed. And now it says that a special town hall meeting will be held to present ideas and a voting period will be set, voting to take place before the end of the year. I feel like I want to suggest a couple things to at least save this process and make it more inclusionary, is to have some public, not go straight to a public a town hall meeting presenting the ideas, to go to some sort of public comment meeting. It shouldn't just be one person talking to the person that submitted, because if my idea wasn't chosen, I should still be able to contribute opinions to other people's ideas. So I feel like we've just gone about this all wrong. I suggest we do at least one public comment session before the end of the year. I think then we should do a town hall thing where the ideas are then presented. And voting before the end of the year, I think, is very bad idea. I think it's the holidays, it's December, school will be out. Again, I think it's a perfect opportunity to have a school assembly, to teach kids about this process, to have them vote in person. So I think trying to sneak in voting before the end of the year is rushing this process and also being not inclusionary. I think a lot of cities do 1 to 2 months of voting, so January and February. Or maybe at least January, having voting process and going out too, not just relying on social media, but going out and reaching people.
So I think those are all really good ideas. And, we were only the second city in New Jersey to adopt participatory budgets, so we're learning as we go along. And every submission, as long as it's a capital project, will be accepted, and then the residents vote on it. So there's not going to be anything that's going to be tossed out by members of the committee. All submissions, as long as they're capital projects, will be at the town hall meeting to be voted upon. So we're not going to not choose some.
So everybody that submitted one, so there'll be lots of them,
As
won't
long
be
as,
narrowed down.
as long as no, we're not narrowing anything down. As long as what we had to do was vet out submissions that were not necessarily capital projects. Those are the only things that are removed. Everything else is up for public vote and will be presented at the town hall meeting.
But there must be some consolidation though, too. Like if 10 people suggested an adult swing set in Sunset Park, like you won't be voting on, that must be consolidated into one.
So all of those people will be able to come together and explain what that is.
So that town hall meeting is happening in
Yeah,
December?
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't decide to toss anything out. That's not up to us. We take all the submissions and they are presented to the residents. Residents vote on everyone. It's not up to committee members to decide that something's not worth your time.
But then only certain people get contacted by committee members.
Because there were questions that needed to be, so when somebody says we want benches in the park, somebody needed to reach out to them and say, how many benches and what park? In order for us to price all of these submissions out, we needed more details. So the form that we used we're definitely going to change that for next year. It didn't provide us with enough detail. And so that's why those phone calls were made. Mm-hmm. And when somebody says, renovate St. John's Island, we had to get back to them and say, what exactly do you mean, renovate St. John's Island? We've already put new benches, new walkways in there. What does that mean? And so we needed more information in order for T&M to price out each one of these projects, because there's a cap of $250,000. And so when people vote on them, they need to know what these projects are each going to cost So at one point, we're going to reach our cap, reach that limit, and then there are projects that will not be included in this year's budget.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you're
Well,
coming
I'm
to
gonna
my house
counter one-
tomorrow to go over this,
Well,
right?
the other thing I'm going to counter is that, Carrie, I personally drove postcards that you had thousands of made to all of the Asbury Park schools, to the superintendent, and to at least the people I know on the Board of Education. So I don't think it's fair to say that the Asbury Park School District was not involved. I don't know if they submitted, but they were well aware of the process that's happening.
Right, but the submission process was June 23rd to July 31st when school wasn't in session. So like when you dropped off the postcards, like.
The postcards were dropped off prior to that, so the kids could have, we realized at that point that we lost our opportunities in the school.
And I understand, I understand that it was probably like, so I'm saying that's a missed opportunity, not necessarily.
Totally agree.
Because were you gonna wait till September and like, I understand that.
Yeah,
But then also not missing out on reaching the schools through the voting process either.
Right. All right.
Thank you.
And you're still coming to my house at 9 o'clock to look at these tomorrow?
I am, yes.
Okay, I'll see you at 9 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public participation portion is now closed. We're now on to the minutes. I have the executive meeting minutes and regular meeting minutes of November 10th, 2022. Do I have a motion?
Move it.
Second?
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
We're now on to consent agenda resolutions. All matters listed on the consent agenda are presented collectively to the City Council and will be considered for approval with one vote. These matters are considered to be routine in nature, and there will be no individual discussion of these items. If discussion is desired by one or more council members as to any particular item, then said item shall be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. On consent, we have resolutions 2022-458 through 2022-461. Do I have a motion?
Move it?
Second.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yep.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
We're now on to individual resolutions. Resolution 2022-462, a resolution approving payment of bills.
Move it?
Second.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
No.
Resolution 2022-463, a resolution authorizing the purchase of parts and materials needed for repairs to the Elgin street sweeper.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-464, a resolution awarding a contract for improvements to Memorial Drive.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-465, a resolution awarding of an emergency contract to Millennium Communications Group for fiber repairs along Boston Way.
Move it?
Second.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-466, a resolution authorizing the transfer of appropriations in the fiscal year 2022 budget.
Move it?
Second.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-467, a resolution authorizing a pilot study to improve sludge thickening and odor control at the wastewater treatment plant.
Move it?
Second.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-468, a resolution providing for the combination of certain issues of not to exceed $2,157,000 general obligation bonds of the City of Asbury Park and the County of Monmouth and the State of New Jersey, determining the form and other details of such bonds and providing for the sale of such bonds to the Monmouth County Improvement Authority pursuant to the governmental pooled loan program.
Move it?
Second.
Councilmember Chapman?
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton?
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-469, a resolution of the mayor and city council of Asbury Park authorizing the city of Asbury Park to enter into a subsequent redeveloper agreement with Asbury Partners LLC and 202-204 7th Avenue Urban Renewal LLC regarding residential development on block 4201 lots 3 and 4 to supersede a prior subsequent developer agreement by and among the city of Asbury Park, Asbury Partners LLC, and 202 7th Avenue LLC.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 2022-470, a resolution amending the immediate parking requirements for the city in November 22 and December 2022.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We have an addition to tonight's agenda. It will be Resolution 2022-471. This is a resolution establishing an ad hoc advisory committee to be known as the CCRB Exploratory Committee to study and review the potential creation of a civilian complaint review board or similar type of police oversight board or committee to promote transparency, accountability, and public confidence in the police disciplinary process.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Chapman.
Oh, shoot. Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We're now on to ordinances for introduction. At ordinance 2022-14, an ordinance authorizing the city of Asbury Park to convey an easement to permit a limited encroachment into the right-of-way area adjacent to First Avenue and Pine Street relating to an existing retaining wall located at 1201 First Avenue, Block 1705, Lot 14, Asbury Park, New Jersey, with a public hearing date of December 7th. We have a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Chapman.
No.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Nobody has anything else? We're on to adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second. All in favor? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.